Today I have a rough day at work, but I recover with it a good work. Today I have a rough day at work, but I recover with a great work session here at the apartment. And this is how I got here. Good morning, passport holders. Today is April 29, 2016, day 546 of the vlogs, I think? Yeah, I think so. And today is off to a little bit earlier start than normal. And that's because I finally have to do that makeup load of laundry at Ben and Kami's place. Tried some new settings on the gimbal, so I should avoid the slanty issue that I have been having over the past couple of weeks. We'll see how that holds up over the course of the rest of the day. That stated, it is time for me to get out of the house and go get this laundry done, and then on the way back, grab some lunch. But in between, I'm going to do some editing on the vlog, work on Gary's caption video, because I know he's going to drop episode 202 of the Ask Gary V show tonight. Yeah, that's kind of the schedule for today. So let's get this one started. A slight deviation in plans, as it is currently 11:15 a.m. So the bit is, normally I grab lunch on the way home. Today I am super hungry, and so since the vlog is all edited and currently uploading over there, and it's going to get done in like the next 20 minutes, so I don't have to really worry about it because it's a short vlog, makes things easy. I've decided that I'm going to go grab lunch now and eat at Ben and Kami's house, which I don't know, I haven't done it in like the last month or so. But yeah, so I'm going to try and just eat there, and then I've got to send out 2 emails to prospective clients and see if I can't, drum up a little business with them. Then hopefully at that point the laundry will be done and I can go home and do cards, annotations, and that kind of stuff for not only today's episode, but the 2 episodes that don't have them currently. So if I can hit all of that stuff before I bounce out to work, I'll be in a very good spot. If there's any extra time, I will try and transcribe the final or the middle 20 minutes of Gary's talk. That would be like optimal, but I'm not expecting that. You guys didn't get to see the time that I had there in the apartment, which is about 35 minutes. In that 35 minutes, though, I sent 2 emails to prospective clients. I followed up on another email that somebody had sent me asking for clarification on something, so I responded to that. I did the additional work relating to the vlog, so card and annotations for today's episode are done. I did not get back to the old ones because that time got replaced by me reviewing Clintus's captions that came back from the captioning crew. So that was rad to be able to get that done and back to him. So all said and done, he was looking at 3 hours from when his video went live to when he got captions which have been reviewed and corrected and everything else back to him in his inbox. Super proud of that. That is incredible turnaround time in the grand scheme of things. So I am pumped. I'm gonna lose this day, but it's not like it's a pretty day. It's gray and muggy for Phoenix, and so yeah. But let's get on the freeway. Well, guys, that was one of the most brutal shifts I've had in a long time. Just a lot of things didn't go my way today, and I just felt like I wasn't doing a good job, which is always the worst. Like, I don't care if there are external metrics that show that I'm not doing a good job. If I feel like I'm really putting myself into it, and I'm not getting a result, I get very negative on myself, and today was one of those days. It didn't help that although I did pass my test, it was just barely, and it was nowhere near the higher level scores that I need in order to be able to do other things on the internet. So that is super frustrating. Adding to the kind of weight that is sitting on my chest, Gary dropped a 31-minute Ask Gary V episode 202, which is frustrating. And then when you kind of put all this together, like, it just, I don't know, like I'm kind of done and over with the water-only diet thing or water-only drinks thing that I've been doing the entire month of April. At this point, I would, there are 3 things that I would love. On really bad days, one of my easy wins that I try and just use myself so that I can break a bad mood and then, just go and chill and relax and do nothing, because I know that this is the point where I make further mistakes, and things don't get better here. Things get worse here. And so one of the things that I use as a trigger is a large In-N-Out chocolate shake. And there is an In-N-Out on the way home, and trust me, at 2:30 today, all I wanted to do was just go and grab that and just be honest with you guys about the fact that I had broken on it. But at this point, right, I'm 29 days into this, I'm not breaking now. But I definitely wanted to do that today. I wanted to lean on that little behavior pattern in order to try and get me through the rest of this day. So I can't do that. I feel like my energy levels, especially this week, have been down like a ton. And that may have been the travel and everything else, but my energy levels are down because there is no caffeine. And I feel like that's a massive mistake. And that is one that will get rectified next week. But for right now, for the next, whatever it is, 30 hours, actually, exactly, that's not an option to me. And then the last little bit is that I would love a beer. Like, it's great that I can prove to myself that I can break the addiction, that I have enough willpower in order to do it. But I know myself, and I've said for years that, a lot of the time when I'm hanging out with friends and doing all kinds of stuff, like, I am much better and much more myself, and not all caught up in my own head and perception and management and all of that kind of stuff. When I've had at least a beer, and really two, that really does kind of take some of the self-critical and self-doubt stuff out of my brain, and I am just much more present with people. And so, like, that, I think, would also help greatly right now, just so I can sit there and just be present with myself, like, let myself work through this stuff. And I know that's not the super healthiest way to handle it, that I should probably be working with a therapist in order to sit there and make the alcohol not the trigger, but make consistent time. But I haven't yet. And, beers are something that I really enjoy doing with friends. And this weekend I've got two friends who are going to be in town. One from San Diego, one from San Francisco, both friends of the show. Chuck Reynolds, who actually released a new vlog episode this last week, which was actually very, very good, even though it was very short. And he was very concerned about that, and had expressed that publicly and privately. But it was very good. He's going to be in town with his girlfriend, I believe, visiting her family again. So Chuck's going to be in town. And then Greg Taylor, from after his move to San Diego, I think this is only his second trip back here to Arizona. And it sounds so far like he's been having a good time in the last day since he's been here. So I want to meet up with both those guys. And I told them both, hey, let's do something on Sunday because it's my day off, first and foremost. And secondarily is the fact that I can have beers because it will be May 1st. So that's kind of where my head is at. Like, I'm just not in a good mood. I feel kind of bad that I haven't picked up a camera tonight, but then again, it hasn't been super interesting. So basically what has happened over the course of the last, basically 9 hours, or 8 hours since I got off of work, is I came home, I watched The Amazing Race, I watched Shark Tank, enjoyed them both immensely, ate a little bit of dinner, and then have been on the work train after a little bit of Destiny as well. And so basically I've now transcribed HEV 202, that's all done, ready to go. I need to just do timing and corrections, final corrections on that, which is going to get pushed to tomorrow because it's already 1 o'clock. And then I ended up playing around just very briefly and ended up making it work. The opportunity for us to programmatically leverage captions that are being produced by us to be burnt in on videos. And why would you do this, you might ask? Well, burning in captions and making, instead of closed captions, open captions is incredibly useful for places like Facebook right now. The initial data that we're seeing from Gary's channel and his marketing efforts is that people who are burning in captions and then showing them up on the news feed are seeing about a 10 to 20% bump in people watching for at least 3 seconds, and the click-through rates to turn the audio on is much higher versus those videos that do not have open captions burnt in on them. This is a process that previously was being done by hand by Gary's team, so they would take my captions, the captions that were produced by us, and then manually create title sequences in order to get them to appear on screen and then re-render that out.
that's not super useful. So if we're able to say, you know, hey, here are 6 clips, 6 steps that you need to do, and all of a sudden now you've got fully open captions, and now you can just do your edit, and as you're doing your edit, the captions are just going to be there. That's super, super, super useful. So I'm going to continue to monkey around with it a little bit over the course of the next couple of days, make sure that it's absolutely bulletproof, and see if there isn't some other way that I can package this up, because it is a set of weird scripts that I wrote. But if I can package it up into something that looks like an applet, or find an app that exists that does this, that is stable, then I may point my client base at that, because this is a really useful tool. So that said, it is super, well, it's late. It's not super late. It's late. I need to go to bed because I have to be up early in order to do the vlog editing and all that good fun. And it's my early day at the part-time gig. That stated, I have put in for my early out. Tomorrow, my shift would potentially be 12 until 4, because my lunch for some reason was later this time, and they tend to like to let me leave at my lunch. So I put in the request for that to happen. And hopefully that'll get done, and then I can come home and finish up AGV 202 and the LinkedIn talk that he gave this last week, and then at midnight crack a beer. So tomorrow looks to be an eventful day, even though it will be very work oriented. Thank you guys for your time and your attention, and as always, remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.